Alright, good morning everyone. I just want to show you my room that I just got finished building. Now this is one room, and the nice thing about this room in particular is that I can make the walls and the floors changeable. The molding that's along the top and the bottom is not secured all the way, so you can see a little gap there. I also left a little gap underneath the pillars in the corners of the room. Let me get Lurleen here out of the way. And so all around I've got 3 pillars that help add strength. And I actually followed a tutorial from my Froggy stuff to get this done. But as you can see right here in the top, we've got that gap. This one's not quite as easy to get in, but one-handed, especially not left-handed when I'm right-handed. Sorry, give you a black screen here for a second. Okay, there we go. So once we get it started, it will slide down behind that paneling. Now, I did make my walls 13 inches high, so I will have to mount any paper I want on here on some poster board or something. But what this does is it allows me to make like a scrapbook of rooms so that I can change the room out. See, it slides down behind there. Of course, it doesn't match the height, so I'm going to kind of angle this just so it'll stay up there. Of course, it's a little harder to put it up in that side, but there we go. And see, with the flooring, I can also slip a piece of paper right up under those corners right there and up under the edges of the floorboards. So as you can see, I end up with a seamless look that I can change out. And if I wanted to make like the beach at night, here I got the beach at night. And it just is making my life a whole lot easier. Now, as to the projects that I've been working on, and what got this all started was that I am working on a beauty shop. Now, this is part of another project, so let me get that right out of the way. But the thought behind this is that I am making Lily a beauty salon. But of course, I got to get something out of this, so I'm doing my storyline. And the storyline is that prior to them buying this shop, it was abandoned. And so I created a washer and dryer, and I had to put a little bungee cord on here because of the fact that the back part here was a little bit too low, and so the door doesn't stay closed very well. Now, it did adhere that time because I've had the bungee on it and the tape kind of stuck it. But as you can see, the washer and the dryer both open. But I did have to add the cord. So, of course, since I was aging this up to make it look like it was part of an abandoned scene, I put a little screw there. And that actually worked better for me because I was able to make it look like it was, you know, rusting out around the top edges here. And you know, the rust ran down, and I did follow this pretty much all the way around. The back I didn't do quite as much on, I just darkened it a little. But so I tried to make it look like an old washer dryer. Now, this was what got me started on that, the aging process, and the thought line behind that next thing is because when I tried to make this cabinet to go in there, it of course didn't work right. I tried to use a box instead of making my own box, and it didn't square up quite as well. When I measured it, it seemed square, but it wasn't. So I just made the little cabinets, and these drawers do open, but as you can see, when Lily tried, I guess the paper and stuff swelled it up a little bit. When Lily tried to open it, it popped one of the little buttons right off of it. But I used matchbooks, which you can buy in any craft store without having to get matches. But it didn't work right for me. The drawers are really hard to open and close. And so that was what got me started. I kind of sanded the edges a little bit to make it look worn. The paper's a little dirty. So I figured, well, why not? That can be the countertop. I'm going to have to mount it a little bit. Oops, a little close to the edge here, I guess. I'll have to mount it just a little bit so that it'll stay level because, well, we can't have it, even though probably would look better just tipped like that. But that got me started on another section of this, and that was the wall cabinet. So because, you know, that one's got a broken door pull, I just decided to make this one appear as if it had a drawer pull that was broken anyway. Now the cabinet's open. Of course, I'm insane, so I made a little roll of toilet paper and paper towels, and I did that just with plastic baggies, and I rolled up some paper towels and toilet paper on little tubes I made. And I took some of the little labels right off of the packaging to create the packages there. And as you can see, my hinges, now I had to work really hard to get these stupid hinges to work. And that was the best thing I could figure out because I'm not making this to last for a long time. It's pretty much only going to be used for this one aspect. I might use it again later for something, but for now, this is all I'm thought about using it for. And then, of course, I had to have my bottle of soap back there for the washer and the pile of washcloths, which are tipping over. But I used a dirty, disgusting cleaning wash rag, which is wearing out, and just cut it up to make dirty, disgusting rags for the place. And the eventual idea is that it's going to also have a top floor. That's why I use these diorama boxes, because they will actually stack on top. And I'm going to put a false roof in here and put some fairy lighting embedded into it. And then there will be a second story up here, and that one will be the nail salon. So she'll have a beauty salon on the bottom and a nail salon on the top, and there will be this nice roofing piece sort of in between them that I can tuck away the fairy lights. And I will have to probably buy another set just to get this plastic piece to put on top of the other one so that I can do the recessed lighting on that one as well, because of course I can't do anything simple. And I started putting the brick on the outside of this, and I'm not sure if I'm going to keep that or not. I mean, it looks okay for an older building. Now, it's not going to have a door. Originally, I had wanted to put a little door next to the window, but when I got the first original window done on here, this is a little short. So let me move my doll in here. As you can see, I have to put another piece here anyway because the diorama box didn't have high enough walls. Because you can see the difference. It's almost as tall as the one I made, but I have no stand under that one. So I have to add some height to this, so as you can see. But that puts the window here, and that's not what I think I want to see every time I look in the window. So, of course, I am going to change that, and that is what I got going on so far. And if you're wondering about my desk back here, yes, this is my ADHD crafting area. And as you can see, it is every bit as messy as you could imagine. Half of my stuff is in boxes, and you can't even see up under there. But that whole cavity is full, despite the fact that I used these little cubies. And what I did was set this up in a U shape. So I've got one that goes this way, one that goes that way, and then there's another one across the back. And those two are turned inward so that I can use them all for holding stuff. And they are all full. And of course, I've got the cubies back here that I can put stuff up and some books and stuff, and my swing arm light, which I love. And I got this planter piece right here that you're supposed to hook to a fence for a plant, but it works absolutely fantastic to hold my Dremel and other little incidentals. Yeah, hot flashes, what can I say? And then there's this. That is some custom cabinetry that I had put in here so that I could store all of this stuff. And the curtain will close over it. I had another section made over to the side to put my wood and cardboard pieces. And as you can see, it is all full of different things for that's the office section. That little bit right there is for the office. All the rest of this is my crafting items. And I can close this so that, ta-da, it is not shown. And Jason right now is working on some Cisco stuff, so this is the office right here. Now I got the chairs taken out right now. They normally go right here, but this is supposed to be the office space, little desk, the printer, and I've got the computer down under here, which I had to use a 3 cubby stand in order to get that to set in there. I pulled one of the drawers out, the wall flooring, the cubby wall, and reinforced the bottom one so that the computer would actually work in that section. I do have a second light which I can use if I need to, but since the power supplies, the outlets are behind my cabinet, there is no way of moving this, I did have to put a strip up here. Now, I don't recommend putting a whole bunch of things, like I'm not going to run my solder iron, my glue gun at the same time because it's probably going to heat it up way too much. And so that is what I have going on right now, working on. And I guess you will see more about that as the days come. Thank you for watching.